Chapter 1 of A Rogue's Life. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. A Rogue's Life by Wilkie Collins. Introductory Words. The following pages were written more than 20 years since, and were then published periodically in Household Words. In the original form of publication, The Rogue was very favourably received year after year. I delayed the republication, proposing, at the suggestion of my old friend Mr. Charles Reade, to enlarge the present sketch of the hero's adventures in Australia. But the opportunity of carrying out this project has proved to be one of the lost opportunities of my life. I republished the story with its original conclusion unaltered, but with such occasional additions and improvements as will, I hope, render it more worthy of attention at the present time. The critical reader may possibly notice a tone of almost boisterous gaiety in certain parts of these imaginary confessions. I can only plead in defence that the story offers the faithful reflection of a very happy time in my past life. It was written at Paris, when I had Charles Dickens for a near neighbour and a daily companion, and when my leisure hours were joyously passed with many other friends, all associated with literature and art, of whom the admirable comedian Regnier is now the only survivor. The revising of these pages has been to me a melancholy task. I can only hope that they may cheer the sad moments of others. The Rogue may surely claim two merits, at least in the eyes of the new generation. He is never serious for 2 moments together, and he doesn't take long to read. W.C. Gloucester Place, London, March the 6th, 1879. Chapter 1. I am going to try if I can't write something about myself. My life has been rather a strange one. It may not seem particularly useful or respectable, but it has been in some respects adventurous, and that may give it claims to be read, even in the most prejudiced circles. I am an example of some of the workings of the social system of this illustrious country on the individual native during the early part of the present century, and if I may say so without unbecoming vanity, I should like to quote myself for the edification of my countrymen. Who am I? I am remarkably well connected, I can tell you. I came into this world with the great advantage of having Lady Malkinshaw for a grandmother, her ladyship's daughter for a mother, and Francis James Softly, Esquire, M.D., commonly called Dr. Softly, for a father. I put my father last because he was not so well connected as my mother, and my grandmother first because she was the most nobly born person of the three. I have been, am still, and may continue to be, a rogue, but I hope I am not abandoned enough yet to forget the respect that is due to rank. On this account, I trust nobody will show such want of regard for my feelings as to expect me to say much about my mother's brother. That inhuman person committed an outrage on his family by making a fortune in the soap and candle trade. I apologize for mentioning him, even in an accidental way. The fact is, he left my sister Annabella a legacy of rather a peculiar kind, saddled with certain conditions which indirectly affected me. But this passage of family history need not be produced just yet. I apologize a second time for alluding to money matters before it was absolutely necessary. Let me get back to a pleasing and reputable subject by saying a word or two more about my father. I am rather afraid that Dr. Softly was not a clever medical man, for in spite of his great connections
Sample complete. Ready to continue?